talk more about the adoption of gas into logistics and other aspects of the Nigerian economy. And we're doing this with a petroleum economist, beg your pardon, Mr. Lucky Ogoyato. He joins us virtually. Mr. Ogoyato, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon. Thank you for having me. All
right, so we see what Dangote is doing, turning to CNG. And so we've been talking about how to spread this adoption of natural gas or CNG, LPG, and all of that. But it does seem like the issue of infrastructure is a challenge. How much of it can we, how much of the limitation or limiting in adoption of CNG or gas generally into the Nigerian economic activity, how much can be attributed to insufficient infrastructure?
Okay, thank you for that question. A very pertinent question for that matter in the discussion of energy as it affects our economy. I just came back from a conference in Lagos where the Society of Petroleum Engineers galvanizes leaders in the oil and gas sector and players in the industry to its conference, its 2025 conference, where the theme of that conference was how we can leverage using technology, value chain, human resources, and policy to achieving a sustainable energy future for our country, energy future for Africa, energy future for the world. Now, gas plays a very critical role in all of this. Now, the utilization of gas have been largely low. We have underutilized our gas because the quantum of gas that is embedded in Nigeria is enough to contribute immensely to our economy. Now, we flare about 2.5 billion cubic feet of gas. We are a country that is embedded with a reserve, proven reserve now, of about 210 trillion cubic feet. Now, of that amount, if we are wasting, flaring away 2.5 billion daily as coming from associated gas when crude oil is being produced, or sometimes we reinject them too for crude oil recovery. We have not been able to actually get it right as we have done probably in the oil itself. So it's a general misbag for us, and we're in all of this. We're also having shortfall in the domestic use. We still have a surge in demand, and affordability is also because of infrastructural gaps, like you mentioned. If you recall in your opening remark, we are talking about the Kenyan pipeline that have been enlisted in the Kenyan Stock Exchange. Well, but in Nigeria, here we still have issues around the deficit, huge deficit in the infrastructural setup of the gas industry. Now we have the AKK pipeline that is ongoing, which was estimated to have been completed first quarter of this year, but they haven't. I think with all of that coming to stream these days, probably we'll have a good network of the piping across the country so that we should be able to transport our gas outside of the production cost that is also very huge, which is a big challenge. You know, producing gas in Nigeria is highly dollarized because from the equipment to all of the tools that you need to get the gas off the soil, they are all going to be imported, as it were, and as it is still ongoing. So it's a mixed bag of problem to handle better. Thank God we already have the PIA with us. The PIA addresses some of this issue, and UPRC is doing its best in terms of policy formulation in that regard. I understand we also have the Nigerian gas flaring capitalization program that is also addressing these issues. You know, fine and all that have been outlined have been earmarked rather to be posed on these flarers, on those producing and flaring.
Okay,
so
okay.
the fine.
Okay, so do you think, I mean, you talked about the issue of how most of the equipment that should be used in the process have to be imported. Do you think that perhaps an intervention from the government, maybe incentive in that process of importing this equipment, do you think that could give a little bit of a soft landing?
Incentivization is normal in this kind of things, especially when it has to do with this critical part of our economy. Yes, government is also going to play the role of enabler. I don't want to just use the word vaguely, incentive in which respect. Government will provide the enabling environment. That incentive can come in sure. There could be some kind of policy, deliberate policy from government to encourage production, because even in our electricity sector, there's a strong nexus between gas itself and the electricity we consume, because 70% of the electricity that is being generated at the Afam plant and the other two plants now. Our other two power plants, what's the name now, are all powered by gas. And gas contributes about 70 to 80% of our electricity generation at the moment, because it is the gas that powers the plant. And if it is not properly structured, the gas industry, definitely it's going to affect our entire expectation in this industry. We also have the decade of gas initiative that is to run between 2021 and 2030. I hope with all of this in place now, we are going to begin to see some new thinking, some new arrangement, and positive development in the utilization of gas in our country.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Lucky Ogoyota, petroleum economist, for your views.
Thank you very much.